balance button off. Ayan, take a white balance, yeah. It's on the screen, yeah. A white balance, looking orange, yeah. Hold on, yeah, let me take a white balance on a 10, yeah. Alright.
Testing. Testing 1, 2. Please stand for the arrival of the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Skerrit. Please be seated.
I going to the podium, yeah? Right? Okay. I'm going back on the police. Then give a couple close up to the police, yeah? Alright. Focus. Focus and slow. Put you in shot. Yeah, I know. Shoot, I'm getting shot because you're not putting on this way.
Small. Remember what I said about umbrella? That is short here.
Just now. I said, you know?
Remember what I said about umbrella?
No, I don't know who set it up now. Okay, I mean, the president coming. I don't switch.
Please stand for the arrival of Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, the DAH, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Burton.
to you a parade comprising of 6 platoons, 4 platoons of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, 1 platoon of the Dominica Fire and Ambulance Services, 1 platoon of the Dominica Marine Corps, the government band, and the cadet band. They have formed in 2 ranks, dressed in open order, and await the pleasure of your inspection. Your Excellency, would you please inspect the parade?
Please stand.
Your Excellency, I have the permission to continue.
Please be seated. Your Excellency, Sylvanie Burton, President and Mr. Burton, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica and Mrs. Skerrit, Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly and Mrs. Isaac, Your Ladyship, Justice Zaneb Jawaya Alami, High Court Judge, Your Ladyship, Justice Sejela McDowell, Resident Judge, Your Excellency, Charles Savre, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica and Mrs. Savre, Your Excellency, Eliud Williams, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Honorable Members of Parliament and spouses, Your Excellencies, the members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, and other visiting dignitaries and spouses, Your Worship Sandra Ermin Roye, Mayor of Roseau, Mrs. Carrie Brady Prince, Mayor of Portsmouth, permanent secretaries and spouses, His Lordship the Most Reverend Kendrick John Forbes, Bishop of the Diocese of Roseau, distinguished guests, visiting Dominicans, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, good afternoon and happy independence to all. On behalf of the government of Dominica, I am truly honored to welcome you once again to the National Day Rally of the 2025 Independence season as we celebrate our 47th year of independence. Celebrated under the fitting theme, 47 years of progress and purpose, this independence season has been nothing short of spectacular. Our world-renowned World Creole Music Festival, National Youth Rally, Tea Village Creole, Cultural Gala, District Cultural Festivals, and pageants have brought thousands of visitors to our shores, and they have united our communities in celebration of our rich culture, our vibrant music, delicious cuisine, breathtaking natural beauty, and above all, the warmth of our people. We also recognize and appreciate the many Dominicans and friends of Dominica around the world who join in celebration, hosting independence events in cities across the globe, and keeping the Dominican spirit alive wherever you are. Today, as you fill the Windsor Park Sports Stadium, and as many others join us virtually from near and far, we come together to reflect on our journey, celebrate our progress, and honor the outstanding Dominicans who contribute to our national development and identity. As we mark 47 years of progress and purpose, let us continue to not only celebrate how far we have come, but also the strength and spirit that continues to define us as a people. May this Independence Day remind us all to keep building a Dominica that reflects the best of who we are, resilient, proud, and full of promise. Once again, welcome to the National Day Observance Ceremony 2025 as the celebrations continue. And as we commence today's program, let us begin in the best possible way by turning our hearts and minds to the Almighty. Please stand as we invite His Lordship Bishop, the Most Reverend Kendrick John Forbes, to lead us in a prayer for the nation.
A reading from the book of the prophet Micah. With what shall I come before the Lord and bow before God Most High? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves a year old? Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams, with myriad streams of oil? You have been told, O mortal, what is good, and what the Lord requires of you, only to do justice, and to love goodness, and to walk humbly with your God. Let us pray. Good and gracious God, our Creator and Redeemer, you guide everything in your wisdom and love. We give you thanks for our blessed and beautiful country, Dominica, the land of the Lord, the Isle of Beauty, the Isle of Splendor. As we gather today in celebration of the 47th anniversary of independence, we ask that you help us to grow ever stronger as a nation, unified by the virtues of love and respect for one another. May we continue to be steadfast in pursuit of the principles expressed in the Constitution, the national anthem, and the Pledge of Allegiance. May this observance of our independence deepen our resolve to the task of nation building, embolden our commitment to the common good, and inspire us to continue the pilgrimage from progress to purpose, so that unity, harmony, and justice may prevail in our land, and we may enjoy lasting prosperity and peace. Merciful Lord, help us to draw on the resources of our faith and to use the opportunities of our democracy to shape a society respectful of life, dignity, and the rights of all, most especially the poor and the vulnerable. Father, watch over those in authority, Her Excellency the President, the Honorable Prime Minister, the opposition, and all who exercise power in the various branches of government. Grant them all an abundance of your grace and assist them with the gifts of your Holy Spirit as they discharge the duties of their offices. We recommend to your mercy, Lord, all citizens and residents of our beloved land. Remind us that true progress and happiness is rooted in seeking and doing your will, and sustained by the strength of our moral fabric. And so, Lord, with your word to guide and to inspire us, your rule of justice and love to order our steps, may we celebrate our independence, striving always in fidelity to our national instruction, all for each and each for all. We ask this through Christ our Lord.
Thank you, Bishop Forbes. Please be seated.
Are we on? Oh, yes. Just heard the prayer there by the Reverend Bishop himself, and I think the Prime Minister has made his way to the podium, Kewana and Ivona. I guess the awaited speech is about to begin.
Well, the Prime Minister's security is at the podium. I know he looks like him.
Oh, the trend, they do a double especially.
Yes,
so in
yes.
case
So
of
he's
anything,
preparing
he's preparing
for
for
podium
the speech.
for the Prime Minister, making sure his water is ready for when he needs it. And,
so I guess the troops are probably going to make their way out, Ivona. Do you think this is what's going to happen? I think maybe that's what it is, right?
Yes, I think they're going towards the back. If I'm not mistaken, that was done last year and the year before. And they will come back again for the grand presentation that they have to put on.
Yeah, I think this is where they're probably going to get some refreshments. Right?
yes, and because the Prime Minister's speech is really a lengthy one every Independence Day. So they are going to set themselves at the back.
Wear glow,
CZ, avec
Kute.
Yes.
Yes. Not just leaving us and we're not listening.
They have to listen, eh?
Yes. But we were saying it's like 6 platoons. I don't know if last year there were more or if it's I don't recall.
Just about the same. Just about the same.
But the uniform groups are already looking good, even if they haven't done the actual presentation yet. But they all marching in time. We can see, all the left hands are together, all the right hands are together.
I know the SSU were not present last year, Ivona. Ivona, those in
I'm trying to remember.
No, they wouldn't. I would have remembered.
Yes,
Those were not
they were not present
last year.
Okay.
Are these RSS or is it Dominican police officers?
Dominican police officers, from
Okay.
what was said at the beginning.
Okay.
In terms of the troops that are here,
Mhm.
4 contingents of the Dominican
All
police
right,
force.
great.
and of course the Cadet Corps, the Fire and Ambulance Service Department as well. So they're making their way now to the back, and then we will have the Independence Day address from the Prime Minister of Dominica. Irish, of course.
Yes. Mr. Irish, Boy de Padas, welcome.
You remember your days when you were there,
Yes,
right there?
Happy Independence, and of course the police officers are just retiring, and they will come back at the appropriate time for the slow and quick time. So the Prime Minister is just getting set to address as soon as the police officers leave the, the platoon area. But certainly we've had quite a number of persons here this afternoon. And it's our 47th anniversary of independence.
As we continue this grand celebration of our 47th year of independence, we reflect with pride on how far we have come as a nation, and we look ahead to the bright future that is before us. Leading us today, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, citizens and friends of Dominica at home and abroad, please help me to welcome the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as he delivers the National Day Address.
Our President, Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, and Mr. Burton. Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly, and Mrs. Isaac. I also recognize my wife Melissa and my two children. Your Ladyship Justice Zainab Jawara Alami, High Court Judge. Your Ladyship Justice Sejila McDowell, Resident Judge. Your Excellency Charles Savary, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I recognize for the first time Mrs. Savary is not there. So I hope she is doing well. Your Excellency Eliud Williams, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Honorable members, there's a protest taking place, they're not hearing.
So this is interesting, right? Is it a protest taking place, or is it just people who are so happy to hear the Prime Minister? But apparently there are a few people in the audience that seem to have either had some issues.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, okay, so they couldn't hear. That was the
If you
protest
can
was
hear
about.
me, let us say Dominica!
Okay, so that was what they were arguing about, because they couldn't hear the Prime Minister. I was
I want
wondering
to
what was going on.
recognize my cabinet colleagues and their spouses, honorable members of Parliament and spouses, Your Excellencies, the members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps and other visiting dignitaries and spouses. And I say we are always honored and pleased to have you among us during our celebrations. Thank you so much for your presence. Your Worship, Sandra Ermin Roye, Mayor of the City of Roseau. Miss Kerry Brady Prince, Mayor of Portsmouth. The Secretary to the Cabinet, Miss Prevost, Permanent Secretaries and spouses. His Lordship, Kendrick John Forbes, the Bishop of the Diocese of Roseau. And I want us to remind us that His Lordship is seeking to raise $5 million to complete the cathedral. And we should all give generously to the church as we seek to complete the cathedral. Distinguished guests, visiting Dominicans, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, good evening to all of you. My fellow Dominicans, 207 years ago, on November 3rd, 1978, our beloved Dominica stepped boldly onto the world stage as an independent nation. On that day, we raised the national flag with pride and hope, believing that this isle, to all so sweet and fair, could chart its own destiny. Today, we gather under the radiant light of our nation's 47th anniversary of independence. This is a celebration of 47 years of pride, perseverance, and purpose. 47 years of a people who, though small in number, have never been small in spirit. Dominica has walked a path marked not by ease, but by courage. We have faced the tempests of nature, countless macroeconomic shocks, and the complex demands of a changing world. Yet, through it all, we have never lost sight of who we are, a people rooted in faith, community, and love for country. We have continued to pursue a better Dominica for our children, for our communities, and for generations yet to come. As we celebrate this year's independence under the theme 47 Years of Progress and Purpose, we're reminded of how far we have come and the sacred duty we hold to continue building a resilient, prosperous, and inclusive Dominica. As we reflect on our journey of strength and renewal, our hearts turn to our Caribbean neighbors who now face difficult days. I take a moment to express solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Jamaica, Cuba, and Haiti in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. We share in their pain and understand, perhaps more than most, the devastation such disasters can bring to families, communities, and livelihoods. Our thoughts and prayers are with all who have suffered loss. We are also mindful of our Dominican nationals and students residing in those countries, and we continue to monitor their well-being closely. The government of Dominica has established a hotline for Dominican students in Jamaica and Cuba to reach out for assistance or to report any challenges they may be facing. Dominica will provide tangible support in the coming days and weeks to assist recovery efforts in the affected countries and to ensure that our citizens abroad receive the care and guidance they need. In moments like these, we are reminded that we are one Caribbean family, bound by history, shared struggle, and an unshakable spirit of resilience. Together, we shall rise. I would be grateful if we could all stand for a moment of silence for those who lost their lives during the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Fellow Dominicans, there are moments, especially on independence, when we must pause to celebrate the grace of the Almighty and our numerous achievements as a government and people. We thank God for the many blessings He continues to pour upon this nation. Throughout our history, Dominica has never lacked food to sustain us, clean air to breathe, and pure water to drink. Each day, by His grace, we find the strength and the means to build, to serve, and to provide for our people. It is through His continued favor that our government is able to advance the work of development and to secure a better future for all. Every government since 1978 has played its part in building the drivers of successful nationhood and shaping the Dominica we know today. Our journey began under the leadership of Patrick Roland John and the Dominica Labour Party, who led us to the historic moment of independence on November 3rd, 1978. It was a bold and visionary act, the moment when we took control of our destiny and declared that the people of Dominica would govern themselves. But as every young nation learns, independence brings challenges. Those early years were marked by struggle, governance failures, and political turmoil. Yet, they laid the foundation for the free and democratic Dominica we cherish today. And so we say thanks to Patrick, Roland John, and the Dominica Labour Party. During the first year of our independence journey, an interim administration led by Oliver Seraphin and the Committee for National Salvation emerged to restore order, rebuild after the devastation of Hurricane David, and prepare our country for fresh elections. Their efforts gave Dominica a second chance, the opportunity to rebuild with hope and determination. In 1980, the people turned to Dame Mary Eugenia Charles and the Dominica Freedom Party, who gave Dominica what it needed most at that time: stability, discipline, and integrity in public life. Her leadership restored confidence in government, earned Dominica international respect, and introduced economic citizenship as a vehicle for private foreign investments. Under her stewardship, we became known as a country governed by law, order, and principle, a nation that could stand tall among its Caribbean brothers and sisters. That was the stabilizing phase of our independence, when we learned that self-governance must rest on sound institutions, discipline, and accountability. In 1995, the United Workers' Party, led by Mr. Edison James, brought a new spirit of ambition. The UWP government sought to deepen our economic independence and push Dominica forward at a faster pace. The Economic Citizenship Program was re-engineered to operate as a fund for overall national development, which laid the foundation for it to become the key engine of our mobilization of development capital and economic resilience. From the year 2000, under the leadership of Rosie Douglas, Pierre Charles, and myself, the Dominica Labour Party has carried the torch of independence into a new era, the era of transformation and resilience. We have worked to modernize our economy, rebuild our infrastructure, empower our youth, and ensure that every Dominican in every community feels the progress of an independent nation. My friends, as we look back over 47 years, we see that every administration, labor, freedom, workers, and labor, has contributed to the great project of building this nation. Each builds upon the work of the other in the areas of strong and accountable governance, economic self-reliance, education, health and wellness, cultural self-assurance, and social cohesion, thereby carrying forward the dream of a proud, self-sufficient Dominica. Our task now is to protect that progress and continue to build with a purpose, a nation where opportunity belongs to everyone, no matter their color, their creed, their community, or political persuasion. Across Dominica today, progress is visible from the north to the south, from the coast to the mountains. Our landscape tells a story of renewal and change. The International Airport Project, one of the most transformative undertakings in our nation's history, is advancing rapidly. Every week brings new milestones. Runway works are progressing. Landside facilities are taking shape. And hundreds of Dominicans are employed in this national project. For decades, we dreamed of direct international access. Today, that dream is becoming a reality, a gateway which will connect Dominica directly to the world, open new opportunities for trade, tourism, and investment, and redefine how the world reaches our shores. And let me tell you, my dear friends, when this international airport is completed, you will see the kind of transformation we are talking about. And by the grace of God, this very important project will come to a successful completion. Our road network has been the backbone of national development. We have built, resurfaced, and modernized roads in every constituency, linking communities more safely and efficiently. From the Layu Valley Road, the Nicholas J.O. Liverpool Highway, the new East Coast Road through the Kalnago territory, the E.O. Libla Highway, and now the Lube to Granby Road, Dominica's road infrastructure tells the story of a nation on a rise. The Roseau Road Enhancement Project, which will modernize and beautify our capital city of Roseau, is set to commence in earnest in 2026. Our Cabritz Marina project is another symbol of modern progress. Once completed, it will position Dominic as a leading hub for yachting and marine tourism in the Eastern Caribbean. An entirely new industry which will create jobs, stimulate small businesses, and enhance our international appeal. Few countries our size have taken on the global energy transition with the level of commitment that Dominica has. The geothermal power plant in Loda is nearing completion. Representing our bold stewardship, our bold step toward energy independence and sustainability. Once operational, this plant would provide clean, reliable, and affordable electricity to thousands of homes and businesses in Dominica. It will reduce our carbon footprint and make Dominica one of the greatest or the greenest nations on earth. Tourism continues to be a cornerstone of our economic growth, and the signs are very, very promising. Most recently, the launch of new service agreements with international partners, including Qatar, and the start of regional flights by Contour Airlines have strengthened Dominica's accessibility. Our collaboration with Barbados on multi-destination tourism means access to new markets and broader global visibility. Our hotel sector continues to expand. New properties like the Ocean Oasis Hotel, Jungle Bay, and the Secret Bay expansion are world-class facilities and a sure sign of investor confidence in Dominica's stability and future. The cable car project, set for completion by year's end, is another exciting new chapter in Dominica's tourism story. Blending innovation with sustainability, it will offer visitors a unique and comfortable way to experience the breathtaking beauty of the Boiling Lake and the surrounding landscape. This project has created hundreds of jobs for skilled local workers and, when completed, will further energize economic activity in the Roseau Valley and Dominica by extension, particularly in hospitality, food and beverage, and transportation. Visitor arrivals are increasing steadily, and with that growth, more Dominicans are finding meaningful employment and business opportunities across the tourism value chain. Our focus is on redefining the industry through community tourism so that even more of our people can share in its benefits. Agriculture has always been at the heart of our identity, and today it is regaining its rightful place in our economic transformation. Our farmers are producing more and earning more. Through targeted interventions such as farm access roads, irrigation systems, and introduction of climate-smart technologies, the government has reignited confidence in agriculture. We have strengthened the agro-processing sector and provided equipment and greenhouses to dozens of farmers and processors. Export volumes are rising, and new markets in the region and beyond are opening up, driven by strategic investments in the Dominica Export-Import Agency, DEXIA, to strengthen export capacity and provide greater support to our farmers. We are diversifying crops, promoting youth participation, building stronger linkages between agriculture and tourism, and positioning the sector as an engine of growth and rural empowerment. In the blue economy, Dominica took a bold step last month in the global conservation and environmental stewardship by establishing the world's first ever sperm whale reserve. An initiative which underscores our nation's commitment to protecting these majestic creatures and safeguarding our natural heritage. Fellow Dominicans, friends, the progress we celebrate today is backed by sound economic management, strategic investments, and international confidence. We have bounced back from devastation after devastation and emerged as a global example of resilience, a nation that has turned tragedy into transformation. From the ruins of storms and hurricanes, we rebuilt homes, hospitals, schools, and livelihoods with a clear vision of becoming the world's first climate resilient nation. Just last week, Dominica reached another major milestone on our journey toward full climate resilience with the signing of an agreement with the Green Climate Fund for the Dominica Community Resilience Enhancement Project at an investment valued at EC $70.2 million. This project will focus on 8 communities and bring targeted resilience investments to strengthen agriculture, retrofit public buildings and emergency shelters, install early warning systems, and build institutional capacity for disaster preparedness and climate resilience. Indeed, my friends, Dominica is progressing with purpose. Our citizenship by investment program has grown exponentially under this administration and continues to provide the funding for many of the climate resilience projects which are reshaping our nation. The program enables us to invest boldly in infrastructure, provide direct support to our people and to the private sector, assist our students pursuing higher education, and finance economic diversification, all without placing an unsustainable debt burden on future generations. It is a model of how a small island developing state can leverage creativity and good governance to build resilience and strengthen communities. The recently established Eastern Caribbean Citizenship by Investment Regulatory Authority, signed by OECS member states and with CBI programs and passed by our Parliament, ensures that the program remains transparent, credible, and globally compliant. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, on 1st October 2025, the Caribbean achieved an historic milestone with the implementation of free movement of nationals of Dominica, Barbados, Belize, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines within these countries. For Dominica to be one of the 4 pioneering countries in this journey is a profound honor. Full free movement means hope, an expanded citizenry, and increased opportunities for all our people. This is why your government stood at the forefront. We raised our hand to be counted among the first, because we believe in the promise of a truly united, integrated Caribbean. When the story of this moment is told to future generations, they will remember that Dominica was one of the 4 pillars that helped transform our region. This is something to be proud of, my dear people. I want every Dominican to feel proud of this achievement. I am proud of that accomplishment, and I am proud of Dominica. This, brothers and sisters, is progress. The kind of progress that strengthens not only your nation, but our region. My friends, Dominica's development has always been about people. Every policy, every program, every investment is guided by the simple but powerful principle that progress must improve the lives of our citizens, empower our communities, and create opportunities for every citizen, every Dominican to thrive. And in every village, in every family, the benefits of our progress are being felt. The housing revolution remains one of the most ambitious and transformative programs in our nation's history. Thousands of resilient homes have been built for Dominicans. These homes are safe, beautiful, and built to last. We're providing families with the stability they need to live with confidence and dignity. We're relocating vulnerable communities to safer ground. And with the Opportunity Knocks 2% housing program, we're enabling working families to own their homes at affordable prices. Through the National Employment Program, public assistance, non-contributory pension, and the Yes We Care program, we continue to uphold our duty to the most vulnerable among us. These are not handouts. They are investments in dignity, compassion, love, and social cohesion. We have built and equipped new health and wellness centers in every district, improved diagnostic services at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital, and introduced new technologies in telemedicine and patient care. We're also strengthening human resource capacity at the hospital to enhance leadership, improve clinical management, and ensure the highest standards of patient care. Salary increases and new appointments for public officers, including teachers, nurses, and police officers, speak to our deep gratitude for the dedicated service and our commitment to their well-being. Salary increases and adjustments which are presently being implemented form part of our continued efforts to reward hard work and strengthen the public service. We are moving decisively toward another increase in the national minimum wage, following the last adjustment in 2021, so that every worker in Dominica receives fair compensation for their labor. This initiative is an expansion of our belief in equity, in the dignity of our people, and in shared prosperity. A report from the advisory committee has been reviewed by the cabinet, and following further consultations with stakeholders, a new minimum wage will be implemented by December 1st, 2025, just in time for Christmas. Fellow Dominicans, the youth of Dominica are our greatest asset, and education remains the bridge between today's progress and tomorrow's prosperity. We are upgrading the Goodwill Secondary School into a TVET Center of Excellence and constructing 5 new primary schools across the island, one of which in Tibo will serve as a center of excellence for special education. Through education reform, we are aligning the curriculum with real-world skills, civic education, visual and performing arts, entrepreneurship, and digital literacy, so that every Dominican child can compete confidently in the global economy. Scholarships and skills training continue to create pathways for success, while the Dominica Youth Business Trust helps young entrepreneurs turn their ideas into enterprises. Education has truly transformed Dominica, and is one of the surest signs of our national progress. From early childhood to tertiary level, our children have full access to learning opportunities that were once out of reach for many. More Dominicans than ever before are earning advanced qualifications at universities at home, in the region, and around the world. This steady increase in knowledge and skills has strengthened every sector of our society, from public service and healthcare to business and technology. It is a powerful revolution driven by deliberate government policy and is proof that our sustained investment in education is building the very foundation for Dominica's future. To our young people, your government continues to believe in you. The opportunities before you are greater than those of generations before. Take advantage of them. Use them. Build upon that foundation which has been laid for you. Building on the foundational progress, I am pleased to share that Clare Harbor is once again expanding its operations in Dominica with the addition of another new client, its second in just a few months. This development comes at a time when the company, like many others, has faced its share of challenges, making this renewal and growth all the more meaningful. It speaks to Clare Harbor's enduring confidence in our economy and in the skill and professionalism of the Dominican people. We have been advised that this expansion will generate 300 job opportunities for our young people. I extend heartfelt thanks to Clare Harbor for its continued partnership and for believing in Dominica's potential and promise. As we celebrate, we also honor the spirit of who we are. We are Dominicans, creative and deeply rooted in our culture. Our World Creole Music Festival, now 25 years strong, continues to highlight our vibrant culture, blending traditional rhythms with international appeal. This year's festival was a resounding success, reaffirming Dominica's reputation as the Creole capital of the world. For 3 unforgettable nights, our stage came alive with the rhythms of bouillon, calypso, reggae, zouk, compa, and soca, showcasing the extraordinary talent of our local and regional artists. And I pause to apologize to my fans for my non-appearance on the stage this year, but we look forward to next year. The festival brought an undeniable boost to our economy, with all hotels filled, small businesses benefiting, and the world once again turning its attention to Dominica. During the festival, Dominica witnessed a 48% increase in visitor arrivals over last year's number. Our Tea Village Creole this year was the most successful ever, with the largest number of small businesses, vendors, and patrons. Our independent season, with Creole wear, cuisine, dance, and language, remains a joyful declaration of identity and pride. We honor our ancestors who tilled the soil, built our communities, and passed down the values of faith, hard work, and unity. Their sacrifices remind us that independence is a duty to preserve, protect, and promote the enduring spirit of Dominica. My dear brothers and sisters, as we look towards our 50th independence anniversary, just 3 years away, our mission is clear: to build on this extraordinary progress and accelerate the transformation of Dominica into a more dynamic, inclusive, and sustainable nation. The roads we pave, the schools we build, the homes we construct, the power we generate, all of these are laying the groundwork for a Dominica where every citizen can live with dignity, security, and pride. But this journey cannot be led by government alone. It requires each of us to embrace our role in nation building, whether we are teachers, farmers, entrepreneurs, students, or public officers. The opportunities are here. The international airport will bring new business. The geothermal plant will lower energy costs. The marina will open new streams of tourism. The digital economy will expand jobs and innovation. We must be ready to seize these opportunities, to prepare ourselves, to train our youth, to innovate, and to believe in our collective power to shape the future. We must continue to care for each other, lend a hand to our neighbors, be polite and courteous to family, friends, and visitors. Keep our environment clean and green, put aside our differences, and work hard to build this country. On this Independence Day, I express my gratitude to all who have contributed to our nation's progress, to our public and police officers, for their dedication to service, to our healthcare workers, for their care and compassion, to our farmers and fishers, for feeding the nation, to our teachers, for always showing up for our children, to the NEP interns and the workers of the Solid Waste Corporation who help keep our environment clean and beautiful, to the Yes We Care caregivers for the care of our elderly, to our private sector for investing in Dominica's potential, and to our international partners whose steadfast friendship and collaboration assist in advancing Dominica's developmental journey. To our diasporans, whose love and loyalty never fade, let it be known that we appreciate your visits and investments in Dominica. Our hope is that all of you will come back home permanently. I also thank the many non-Dominicans who have embraced our country and chosen to make Dominica their home. Several families have made the deliberate decision to relocate and settle here, contributing to our communities and national life. We welcome and appreciate you, and we encourage you to share your experiences, to invite others to visit, to invest, and perhaps, like you, to make this beautiful country your home. My dear friends, this year we also honor two of Dominica's most dedicated sons, the late Prime Ministers Rosie Douglas and Pierre Charles, who will this evening be posthumously awarded the Dominica Award of Honor, our nation's highest recognition of service. Both men devoted their lives to the advancement of Dominica and the upliftment of its people. Rosie Douglas was a visionary leader who believed deeply in social justice and Caribbean unity. Pierre Charles served with quiet strength and humility, guiding the nation through difficult times with integrity and courage. Their leadership laid important foundations for the progress we celebrate today. And this government is building on the work that they started. As we pay tribute to the legacy, let us vow to emulate the example of selfless service and love for country. May their memories remind us that nation building is a collective duty, that each generation must add its own chapter to the story of Dominica's progress, with the same determination and devotion which guided Rosie Douglas and Pierre Charles. May their soul rest in eternal peace as we celebrate their contribution to our country. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the time has come to honor our heroes in a more structured manner. Later this month, the government shall appoint a national committee to advise on the establishment of a Heroes Park and a legal framework to recognize and honor our national heroes in a special and distinct manner. I also wish to extend heartfelt congratulations to all who are receiving meritorious service awards today. Your dedication and sacrifice have strengthened our nation, and we thank you for your invaluable service and contribution to national progress. Fellow Dominicans, as we celebrate today, let us do so with the conviction that Dominica's best days are ahead. We have proven that no storm can break our spirit, no obstacle can halt our progress, and no challenge can defeat our resolve. Let this Independence Day be a renewal of faith in ourselves and in each other. Let us move forward as one people, purposefully driven by the ideals which inspired our founders: faith, unity, hard work, and love for country. As we look back over these past 47 years, one truth shines above all. Dominica has remained a stable democracy and one of the safest countries in the entire world. Through every election, every debate, and every storm, our people have upheld the principle that power belongs to the people. We have had our differences, yes, but our democracy has never wavered. Each administration, regardless of political color, has contributed to the great project of Dominican nationhood. And that, my friend, is the true meaning of independence. Not only the right to govern ourselves, but the maturity to sustain our democracy and strengthen our unity as one people under one flag. So, let us continue to write the developing success story of our independence journey together. For as long as we believe in ourselves, there is no limit to what this small nation can achieve. We have every right to celebrate these 47 years, and we thank the Almighty God for his many blessings on Dominica. And if we recall, just 8 years ago, this country was crushed to the ground. And look at us now today. We thank God for this. So, my urge to all of us is to join hands and to help build this country. Dominica needs every one of us to play our positive role in nation building. And if we do so, we'll all enjoy the fruits of our labor. Happy 47th anniversary of independence, Dominica. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless our beloved nation. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless our country. Thank you very much.
The address of Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit on Independence Day, Nigel.
Yes.
Very profound.
Very profound. And, you know, he started off with a prayer and support for those who were affected by Hurricane Melissa. And, of course, asked, I think there's some fireworks or something happening right now. Let's see if we can come forward and see this, Ivona and Kewana. And Ensworth, let's see. Yeah, I think there's some fireworks, a few fireworks being happening on from the Monbruce area at the end of the Prime Minister's speech. So the fireworks are looking beautiful across, as is, the moon is out as well, you know, almost in all its glory. So I guess the fireworks display, recognizing the speech by the Honorable Prime Minister. So whilst that's going on, the fireworks display and the crowd seems to be really enjoying this. Yes. Happy 47th anniversary, Dominica. Happy 47th independence anniversary to you. We love you. We appreciate you. We continue to do what we have to do. So fireworks on display, and coming right after the Prime Minister's speech, but it's more as well. Congratulations to Dominica for what they have achieved over the last 47 years. So I was mentioning here, Ivona, I was taking some notes for both of us. So we have here, you know, he started with a prayer and support for those affected by Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica.
Thank you.
And of
Honorable
course, he
Prime
also
Minister, for
mentioned
the
the
timely reminder
contributions of past
of our
PMs and the
progress
governments who has helped
and
to build
inspiring us to
Dominica.
reflect on our
He
purpose
reflected
as
on the
Dominicans.
international airports and its contribution to economic development. You want to read
At
some?
this time,
Well, Nigel, I
we
see you
turn
took a
our
lot of copious
attention to
notes,
the
and this is
presentation
good.
of national awards.
Okay, stand now for the national awards.
National
After the
awards.
national
Yes,
awards,
we can go through
over,
a whole
yes,
heap of
some
stuff
the
that he mentioned, you know.
key points that he raised.
So we're getting ready for the national awards, and the fireworks is still on display for the 47th anniversary of our
awards
independence.
A proud tradition of our nation, honoring the exceptional men and women whose dedication and service have contributed meaningfully to Dominica's growth and development. Today, we celebrate their achievements and express our collective gratitude for their unwavering commitment to country and community. I now invite Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, to confer the awards on the awardees.
So we are getting ready for the awards, and President, Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, will be bestowing those awards. I guess we see the awardees are beginning to make their way, Ivona, to where they will stand, supported by their, or flanked by their supporters. And they will be making their way.
Meritorious Service Awards 2025 for meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. Dominica Award of Honors by Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, DAH, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, to the late Honorable Roosevelt Bernard Rosie Douglas and the late Honorable Pierre Charles.
So these are the two first awards being presented, of course, the highest honor of the land. And we see the representatives of both Rosie and
Whereas you have
Pierre
rendered
Charles.
meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, now therefore I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Dominica Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Posthumous award to the late Honorable Roosevelt Bernard Rosie Douglas. The award will be received by his son, Tiani Bihanzin.
Tiani Bihanzin walking up to receive the award, posthumous award to the late Roosevelt Bernard Douglas.
Whereas the late Honorable Roosevelt Bernard Rosie Douglas was a distinguished citizen of the Commonwealth of Dominica who devoted his life to the struggle for social justice, equality, and the upliftment of Dominican people. And whereas first elected to the House of Assembly on July 1st, 1985, as parliamentary representative for the Paybush constituency, he served the Dominica Parliament, his constituents, and the nation with vision, conviction, and compassion. And whereas, as Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, from February 2000 until his untimely passing in October 2000, the Honorable Roosevelt Bernard Rosie Douglas worked tirelessly to forge new alliances for Dominica within the Caribbean, Africa, and the wider international community, advancing a vision of unity, empowerment, and global cooperation for small island states. And whereas his leadership was marked by his deep belief in people-centered development, his advocacy for youth empowerment, his fight against inequality, and his commitment to the idea that Dominica's progress must be rooted in education, self-reliance, and social justice. And whereas his contributions extended beyond the national boundaries through his pioneering work in the international student movement and the global campaign against racism and oppression, earning him admiration and respect throughout the Caribbean and beyond. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Dominica Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Posthumous award to the late Honorable Roosevelt Bernard Rosie Douglas. The award is being received by his son, Tiani B. Hansen.
Yes, a citation here, Ivona, that was captures the work of Rosie Douglas.
Oh, yes, it encapsulates the true
Posthumous
essence
award
of the
to
man,
the
what he
late
stood for.
Honorable Pierre Charles. The award will be received by his daughter, Pfizer Abina Charles. Whereas the Honorable Pierre Charles was an exemplary public servant, educator, and leader whose life embodied humility, integrity, and steadfast dedication to the service of the Commonwealth of Dominica. And whereas first elected to the House of Assembly on July 1st, 1985, as parliamentary representative for the Grand Bay constituency, he served his community and country with distinction and sincerity. And as Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica from October 2000 until his passing in January 2004, the Honorable Pierre Charles provided calm, steady, and disciplined leadership during one of the most difficult economic periods in the nation's history. And whereas, with courage and foresight, he pursued the stabilization of Dominica's economy through sound fiscal management and negotiation with international partners, including the IMF, laying the foundation for the nation's economic recovery and long-term stability. And whereas his tenure reflected a deep concern for the welfare of all Dominicans, especially the vulnerable, and his leadership was defined by humility and an unshakable commitment to the principles of equity, hard work, and national unity. And he remained devoted to his community of Grand Bay, mentoring youth, supporting education and culture, and personifying the values of simplicity and service which inspired the nation. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Dominica Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Posthumous award to the late Honorable Pierre Charles, being received by his daughter, Pfizer Abina Charles.
Pfizer Charles making her way up the stairs now to receive the award.
Yes, and she is doing so. in full regalia in terms of her national wear as well. Beautifully dressed with her WOB duet as she is now receiving the award from the President's Her Excellency Pfizer.
Once did a stint at DBS,
At DBS,
Radio,
right? Yes. So I'm pretty sure she will chit-chat with us later on.
Yes.
As she receives the award, she's now coming down the stairs. A really proud moment for the Charles family and for what Honorable Pierre Charles has been able to do.
Meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica by Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, DAH, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica. 2, Samuel Johnson, Esquire, Reverend J. Evans Dodds, Dr. Basil Fadipe.
Dr. Basil Fadipe
Yes.
continues to do so much, for the health sector in Dominica.
And we see Samuel Johnson just walking up here to receive the Cicero Award, his award.
Cicero Award of Honor.
Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, now therefore I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Cicero Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Samuel Johnson, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica in the areas of infrastructure development and investment through your leadership as Chief Executive Officer of the International Airport Development Company and your contribution as a hotel proprietor supporting growth in the tourism sector. And whereas you have demonstrated exceptional leadership and management in advancing the construction of the international airport, and you established the governance framework, systems, and procedures, and you have led the development of the airport master plan through extensive consultations with stakeholders and through collaboration with regional and international regulatory agencies. And under your stewardship, the project has achieved significant progress, remaining ahead of schedule. And your strategic foresight has also extended to route development, proactively engaging airlines, and opening new access opportunities to Dominica from key markets including Miami, New York, Trinidad, San Juan, and St. Thomas. And whereas you are further contributing to national growth and job creation through investment in Dominica's hospitality sector with the establishment of a new hotel property. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Cicero Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025.
He has rendered meritorious service to the
Cicero
Commonwealth of
Award
Dominica.
He has.
to Samuel
And,
Johnson, Esquire.
Of course, the lead man there on the
Yes,
international airports and opening in new access to a number of airlines as he steps on stage to receive his award from Her Excellency, Sylvanie Burton, and being pinned right now. And he will give her a hug because
Warm
he knows
embrace.
her personally as well.
Yes,
Warm embrace, and then he shakes her hand as well. And he descends the stairs. Samuel Johnson, Esquire, receiving the award there. And then he'll be followed by Dr. Fadipe.
Dr. Basil Fadipe.
A proud moment for
Reverend
the Johnson's
J.
family as well.
Evans Dodds.
Oh, the Reverend Dodds is getting his
Dodds,
first.
okay.
Okay.
Cicero Award to Reverend J. Evans Dodds. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica and to the wider Caribbean through a lifetime of spiritual leadership, education, and humanitarian service, touching countless lives with compassion and wisdom. And whereas over the course of more than 5 decades, your ministry extended across the Caribbean and the Americas, including Belize, Honduras, Montserrat, Anguilla, and the United States, where you pastored numerous congregations and strengthened the moral and organizational fabric of the church. And whereas during your pastoral appointments, you developed community-based programs such as after-school tutorials, youth camps, outreach ministries, and services for the needy and homeless. And whereas you now continue your ministry in Dominica, where you have contributed significantly to the building and strengthening of the faith community. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Cicero Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025.
And of course, Reverend Dodds receiving his award there from Her Excellency, Sylvanie Burton. I stepped away a little bit because Delia Coffee Wicks had to fix my medal for me. She said it was pinned the wrong way.
Trust Delia to see all the errors. So Reverend Dodds being pinned now. Meritorious Service Awardee, Reverend Dodds Esquire.
A little short conversation there with Her Excellency, yes, and reminding him to be careful on his way down.
Yes. Okay, a proud moment there as well.
Indeed. He has made his contribution, and the country has recognized the contribution he's made, and they have honored him accordingly.
Cicero Award to Dr. Basil Fadipe.
Of course, Dr. Fadipe would have treated many patients. That's probably in the audience now, clapping and cheering him on.
Whereas you have distinguished yourself through a lifelong commitment to the advancement of medicine, medical education, and community health, both in Dominica and abroad. And whereas in 1991, you brought your wealth of surgical expertise to the Commonwealth of Dominica, where you served as consultant surgeon and director of the Louis Pasteur Polyclinic at the then Princess Margaret Hospital, introducing advanced endoscopy services and raising the standard of surgical care available to Dominicans. And whereas as Associate Clinical Professor of Surgery and Anatomy at Ross University School of Medicine, you dedicated over a decade to mentoring generations of medical students from Dominica and around the world, fostering a legacy of professionalism and scientific excellence. And whereas you established the Justin Fadipe Hospital in Mero in 2002, a private medical institution which continues to provide health care to the people of Dominica. And whereas you served as chair of the Division of Anatomical Sciences and professor of integrated clinical medicine at the All Saints University School of Medicine, where you continue to guide the academic and professional growth of future physicians. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Cicero Award of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Cicero Award of Honor to Dr. Basil Fadipe.
So he's going up the stairs now. He has raised the standard of surgical care to Dominicans' healthcare in general, receiving his award now.
Another proud moment for Dr. Fadipe, and as you mentioned, improve the healthcare through the various services that he has offered. At one point, everyone went to Hasbro for Dr. Fadipe. So congratulations to him. We are here live at the National Rally
Meritorious Service Award for meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica by Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, DAH, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, to Prosper Paris, Esquire, Boniface Lloyd, Esquire, Miss Hannah Clarendon, Lennox Abraham, Esquire, Titus Francis, Esquire, Dr. Victor Atherton Emmanuel, Mrs. Shirley Augustine, Mrs. Anita Bully, Haig Thomas, Esquire, and the 3rd Maho Scout Troop. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, now therefore I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica. Given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025.
Yes, about to receive their award there.
Hannah Clarendon, Hannah Clarendon,
Of course, Hannah Clarendon has done tremendous work in the field of agriculture, and the CABSEC will be letting us know about that as well, as she is now approaching the stairs. So the
whereas
salutation
you
can be
have
read.
rendered distinguished and meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through decades of outstanding leadership, technical expertise, and commitment to national and regional agricultural development, and whereas beginning your career as a crop protection officer within the Division of Agriculture, you provided guidance to farmers, developed extension programs, and ensured the safe and efficient use of pest management systems. And whereas your pioneering role in the formation of the Dominica Hucksters Association empowered women traders, enhanced organization of regional produce trade, and improved livelihoods through rural Dominica. And as general manager of the Dominica Import Agency, Dexia, you contributed to the strengthening of Dominica's trade and export framework, introduced quality management systems, and supported local entrepreneurs. And whereas through your leadership at the Caribbean Export Agency and the FAO, you represented Dominica and the region with distinction, advancing agricultural innovation and sustainable development across the Caribbean and Africa. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order, by this my warrant, and I now therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order, by this my warrant, that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica, this 3rd day of November 2025.
Nigel, a lot of times you can hear from the crowd, well deserved, or that person deserved it. She worked hard, he worked hard.
Meritorious Service Award to Hannah Clarendon.
Yes. And of course, Hannah Clarendon, when you mention things like Dexter.
Meritorious Service Award to Prosper Paris Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through your lifelong dedication to the preservation, promotion, and revitalization of Kalinago culture, language, and traditions, and whereas you served as cultural officer in the Ministry of Environment, Kalinago Upliftment, and Constituency Empowerment, and served as the longest-serving member of the Carifuna Cultural Group, including 24 years as its president, representing Dominica and its indigenous heritage across Europe, North and South America, and the Caribbean. And whereas your extraordinary talent as a storyteller has earned you national acclaim, including the title of National Storytelling Champion, and you have worked to revitalize the Kalinago language through the creation of the Kalinago Word for the Day segment on DBS Radio, the development of a Kalinago language program for primary schools, and ongoing research aimed at preserving linguistic heritage for future generations. And whereas you established the Katawa Emma experience in the Kalinago territory, an authentic cultural tourism initiative, now therefore I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order, by this my warrant, that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Meritorious Service Award to Prosper Paris Esquire.
And he's so deeply committed to sustaining the Kalinago culture. Prosper Paris, well-deserving, as he walks down the flight of stairs now. Meritorious Service Award, Prosper Paris.
And of course, being congratulated, he was brought up by Raymond Lawrence, who he worked with, and Cheryl Roll as well.
Meritorious Service Award to Boniface Lloyd Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through exemplary spiritual leadership and steadfast commitment to your community and congregation for over 45 years as pastor of the Bellevue Chopin Baptist Church, and whereas through your pastoral ministry, you have positively impacted the spiritual lives of countless individuals in Bellevue Chopin, neighboring communities, and across the nation, nurturing faith, hope, and moral guidance. And whereas you have served with distinction in the fields of agriculture and community development, including your leadership and management as estate manager on large agricultural estates during the 1970s and 80s, and as a farmer of over 60 years, producing vegetables, citrus, poultry, and cattle, contributing to Dominica's food security and rural livelihood. And you continue to serve as an active member of the Bellevue Chopin Farmers Group. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Meritorious Service Award to Boniface Lloyd, Esquire.
Boniface Lloyd Esquire making his way up now to receive his pin, his Meritorious Service Award.
I mean, it's always a proud moment when the president pins this on you and she tells you congratulations and, well done and so on. So I'm pretty sure he is appreciative of that moment as well.
Definitely contributed significantly in his field. And it's really a joy to see him being honored on this Independence Day.
Yes.
Lennox Abraham, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through over 40 years of exemplary dedication to the welfare and development of vulnerable children, as well as through outstanding contributions to national sports and youth empowerment. And whereas beginning your career at Operation Youthquake in 1984 as a special education teacher, you rose to the position of director, serving in that capacity for over 35 years until your retirement in July 2024. And your life's work at Operation Youthquake embodied the true spirit of service, acting as teacher, mentor, father figure, counselor, and guide to hundreds of children in crisis, many of whom have gone on to be productive citizens in Dominica. And whereas you have contributed significantly to sports as a cricketer and footballer, representing Dominica with distinction, and later as a national cricket umpire, officiating 37 first-class matches, 7 women's one-day internationals, and 2 women's T20 internationals. And whereas you served as president of the Dominica Cricket Umpires Association for 22 years, now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025.
Lennox Abraham receiving his award now. He has just been pinned. He has made a significant contribution, Nigel, in various spheres, particularly when you consider what he has done for disadvantaged young people with the Operation Youthquake.
Certainly so. So, synonymous with
Meritorious
Operation Youthquake and
Service Award
sports.
to Titus Francis, Esquire.
And Titus Francis being called, and we'll hear the citation for him.
Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica in the areas of community development and local governance, and whereas from your earliest years you demonstrated exceptional initiative and leadership, founding and guiding community-based organizations such as the Portsmouth Youth Society for Education and Culture, mobilizing young people in education, cultural promotion, and community development projects, including the restoration of library services following Hurricane David in 1979 and the installation of street signs in the town of Portsmouth. And whereas through your leadership of the Portsmouth Carnival Committee, you enrich the cultural and social life of your community by organizing major events. And whereas you entered the political arena in 1980 as a candidate for the Dominica Liberation Movement Alliance, boldly standing as a voice for social justice and progressive ideas. And whereas as councillor and later as mayor of the town of Portsmouth for 3 terms, you championed the cause for local governance and environmental protection, advocating for the decentralization of government services, improved waste management, and sustainable development for your committee, and you now serve as General Manager of the Public Works Corporation. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025.
Some telling words, Nigel. Do grant and confer the dignity and honor.
Yes, yes.
As aforesaid.
As aforesaid. I remember standing there and listening to all those words and saying, that was for me. But it's for everybody that's receiving the Meritorious Service Award. And I guess it's formal citation in terms of what has to be done. So Titus Francis receiving this, known for his work with village councils and politics and development of Portsmouth.
And Public Works Corporation as well.
And Public Works was more recently, yes.
Meritorious Service Award to Dr. Victor Atherton Emmanuel. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica in the field of medicine, serving with distinction as a physician and health educator, commencing your service to the Commonwealth of Dominica in 1989 as a medical officer in the Ministry of Health, making significant contributions to the national health system, and later heading the La Plaine Health District, the Accident and Emergency Department, and the island's psychiatric services. And whereas upon entering private medical practice in 1992, you continued to distinguish yourself as a dedicated family physician, providing quality health care with empathy to countless patients. And whereas you were a long-standing member of the Kiwanis Club of Roseau, where as chair of the Youth Services Committee, you led the highly popular Kiwanis Secondary Schools Debating Competition. And whereas you host a public education and health awareness program, which has spanned nearly 3 decades across multiple platforms. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025.
Dr. Emmanuel, they're receiving his award again, well deserved. The medical field has been around for few, and as you hear the citation being read there by Dion, and receiving now the award from Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, being pinned there and being told congratulations. As we get ready for the next awardee.
Meritorious Service Award to Shirley Augustine. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through your distinguished leadership in the field of nursing and healthcare administration, exemplifying excellence and commitment to professional and public service. And whereas throughout your career you served with distinction in multiple capacities within the Ministry of Health, including departmental nurse, principal nursing officer, and coordinator of special projects. And as a nurse manager and mentor, you conducted in-service training sessions to assist nurses in mastering nursing diagnosis and care planning. And whereas you served on numerous committees, including the Healthcare Financing Committee, the National Health Advisory Committee, the National Assessment Team for Poverty Assessment, and you also served as a steering committee member for the strengthening of medical laboratories in the Caribbean, as secretary to the Dominica Medical Board, and as president of the Dominica Nursing Council. And whereas you served as Dominica's focal point for Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, for several years, before joining that organization as country program specialist for Dominica. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order, by this my warrant, that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2025.
Yes, and Ms. Augustine, is it?
Yes,
Yes.
she certainly championed the cause for healthcare in Dominica, doing this for many, many years, Nigel.
And so rightly deserved and honored this evening at the national rally.
Just received her award. She was pinned. Quite deserving. As Dominica awards its very own people who have made significant contributions in various fields.
And it's important for a country
Meritorious
to do that
Service
as well.
Award to Anita Bully. Whereas you have rendered over 50 years of dedicated and meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through your outstanding contributions to education, small business development, the arts, and the creative industries. And whereas as Executive Director of the National Development Foundation of Dominica, you pioneered innovative policies to promote small business growth and economic empowerment. And whereas your passion for culture and the performing arts was reflected in your involvement in the People's Action Theatre alongside your husband, Alwyn Bully, and your work in film production and management led to the creation of several short films under the Inspire and Educate project. And whereas you helped advance Dominica's reputation as a premier film destination, attracting major productions such as Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, and the Pirate Master television series. And as Dominica's first film commissioner, You successfully promoted the island's natural beauty, heritage, and creative potential, and nurtured the development of a local film industry, providing opportunities for Dominican talent and technical professionals. And whereas you guided the creation of Dominica's first national cultural policy in 2006 and the national strategy and action plan for the development of entertainment and cultural tourism, and you were involved in initiatives such as the Nature Island Literary Festival, the Carnival Organizing Committee, and Cars Quayle Productions, as well as the Artists in Residence program in 2023 and the Alwyn Bully Foundation. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2025.
Yes.
Angela, I was saying this is also an educational exercise because for many people, especially the younger ones, when they hear of Anita Booley, they just think that, the wife of the late Alwyn Booley and she's involved in theater. But when you hear the citation, it brings back what Anita was well known for. And,
oh, yes. I mean, from her work with the NDFD and small business, and when she came back from Jamaica, having been involved in Jamaica, when she came back in terms of the film industry, and pioneering that as well. So for many years served as, the treasurer of Blues Action Theatre alongside Alwyn.
Yes. Continues in theatre
and
as
continues
well.
in theatre as well.
Strick
yes,
is on.
Strick is on, yes. And she's been greeted there by Pearl Christian and Gloria Augustus. And we get ready for the next award.
Meritorious Service Award to Haig Thomas Esquire. Whereas you rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, dedicating 37 years in the fields of public service, environmental health, and community development. And whereas you began your distinguished career in national service in 1964 as a teacher at the Castlebruce Primary School and later at the Saint-Sauveur Primary School, and you served as a Met officer within the Ministry of Communication and Works. And whereas in 1973 you joined the Ministry of Health as an environmental health officer in the Castlebruce Health District, and through your leadership and competence, you rose to the position of Senior Environmental Health Officer, supervising the Castlebruce, Marigot, and La Plaine Health Districts, and later served as Acting Chief Environmental Health Officer. And whereas you have served as manager of the Castlebruce cricket team, president of the Castlebruce branch of the Dominica Association of Catholic Men, DACA Men, sponsor of the Castlebruce to Petit Soufre Domino League, and an active participant in numerous civic and cultural initiatives, demonstrating your steadfast commitment to the social advancement of your community. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2025.
Haig Thomas from Castlebruce. Going up to receive his award, Nigel.
Yes, and Haig, of course.
He has a lot of chairs as well.
He has a lot of chairs and some drumming as well.
Oh,
I guess
yes.
maybe from those from the Castlebruce area, known a lot for cricket and for other sporting activities and, you know, what he has done as well. So we can hear the Cassibrus crowd out there doing their thing.
Just being pinned there on this 3rd day of November 2025.
The Meritorious Service Award to the 3rd Maho Scout Troop.
Certainly rousing applause there for the Maho Scout Troop.
Whereas the 3rd Maho Scout Troop has, for over 4 decades, faithfully served the community of Maho and environs through exemplary leadership, volunteerism, and service to youth. And whereas under the steadfast leadership of Group Scout leader, Mr. Davidson John, who has served in this capacity for 40 years, the 3rd Maho Scout Troop has become a pillar of discipline, teamwork, and civic responsibility, and represented the village of Maho and the Commonwealth of Dominica at numerous local, regional, and international events, including participation in the Caribbean Jamborees. And whereas through its commitment to community service, the troop has undertaken initiatives such as environmental cleanup drives, tree planting along riverbanks, and active participation in the national Keep Dominica Clean and Green campaign. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica, this 3rd day of November, 2025.
Nigel, I'm very happy that they have been awarded that Scout Troop.
Yes, the Maho Scout Troop, and of course, he's
Hear
because he salutes, you know, he's disciplined enough
Yes.
to remember everything. So he stands there and salutes the, you know, as a member of, I guess, the military, well, not necessarily the military, the armed services, Chief Scout. So he salutes there and receives his medal from Her Excellency. And you could hear the crowd there. You could hear the response for the Maho Scout Troop.
Service Medal of Honor for meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica by Her Excellency Silvani Burton, DAH, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, to Ibrahim Brohim, Esquire, Mrs. Caesarina Louisa Farrell, Irvin Williams, Esquire, and Elroy Pioche, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, now therefore I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica, this 3rd day of November 2025. Services Medal of Honor to Ibrahim Brohim, Esquire.
Ibrahim Brohim, the sign man.
Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through your outstanding contribution to entrepreneurship and community development, embodying the values of hard work, creativity, and national pride. And whereas as the Managing Director of the Signman Limited, you have played a pivotal role in shaping Dominica's visual and cultural identity, transforming the image of local businesses through professionalism and design excellence, and supporting both public and private sector development. And whereas you have been a passionate advocate for culture, creativity, and community engagement, supporting local artists, musicians, and grassroots organizations in preserving and promoting Dominica's heritage. And through your acts of generosity, humility, and civic involvement, you have exemplified the true meaning of patriotism. And whereas your active participation in the Duivayes Hiking Club reflects your commitment to environmental stewardship, wellness, and national pride, inspiring others to explore and appreciate Dominica's natural beauty. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Services Medal of Honor to Ibrahim Brohim Esquire.
And he has truly transformed the image of local businesses, but not just that. Ibrahim Brohim has done a lot more in Dominica, particularly where culture is concerned. He's a die-hard Midnight Groovers fan and Kadas in general. Ibrahim Brohim receiving his award here on Independence Day. And he has a lot of supporters as well. Understands? Duivayes Club.
Services Medal of Honor to Caesarina Louisa Farrell. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through decades of exemplary leadership in the field of nursing and health systems development, helping to strengthen healthcare delivery and advance the nursing profession both locally and regionally. And whereas as matron, principal nursing officer, and lecturer at the Dominica State College, you have helped strengthen institutional frameworks guiding generations of nurses and healthcare professionals towards higher standards of service and leadership. And whereas you founded the Nursing Research Committee of the Ministry of Health, championing a culture of research, mentorship, and evidence-based practice, and you served on the Dominica State College Board of Governors, the Ministry of Health Subject Research Ethics Committee, and the Regional Nursing Body Practice Committee. And whereas your leadership was particularly vital during the post-disaster recovery period following Hurricane Maria, when as focal point for human resource assistance, you demonstrated resilience in mobilizing the health workforce. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Services Medal of Honor to Mrs. Caesarina Louisa Farrell.
Another Dominican who has contributed significantly, Nigel.
Yes, especially in the health sector, and continuing to do what she can as well. So again, it's always nice, when you on a day like today, it allows you not just to celebrate, but to hear of the achievements and the contributions of the people being awarded.
So Nigel, you were standing there and listening to all what you did.
Yes, I stood there and I stood there and listened and said, "Was that me?" And then it was me. So. Yeah, but it's nice. It's a good feeling when you receive, not just the award, but you can hear, and others can hear what you may have contributed to as it relates to the country's development.
Yes,
So.
because a lot of times people forget. And
Yeah,
probably see you for what you're doing now,
Correct.
Or what you did recently.
Recently,
But there's
yeah.
a lot more.
Services Medal of Honor to Irvin Williams Esquire.
thanked by Ambassador Billy Doctrove and
Whereas you have
Thomas
rendered
Kentish.
meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through 41 years of dedicated public service within the Inland Revenue Division, where you contributed to the strengthening of the nation's fiscal administration, tax policy, and financial governance. And whereas you began your service to the government of Dominica in 1978 and rose to the position of Comptroller of Inland Revenue in March 2007, a post you held with distinction until your retirement in October 2019. And whereas, as Comptroller, you bore responsibility for the administration of critical legislation, including the Income Tax Act, Value Added Tax Act, and the Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act factor, providing expert advice to the Ministry of Finance and ensuring compliance, fairness, and efficiency within the national tax system. And whereas you also serve the nation in your roles as Director of the National Bank of Dominica, Director of the Caribbean Credit Card Corporation, and long-standing member of the Central Cooperative Credit Union. And you represented Dominica in both basketball and football, captaining the national basketball team from 1987 to 1990, and contributing to the development of local sports through the Cardinals Basketball Club and Saints Sports Club. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Services Medal of Honor to Irvin Williams, Esquire.
Irvin Tosh
Yes,
Williams.
Irvin Tosh Williams. And like you mentioned earlier, I wanna, it serves as a history lesson if you want. Because, you know, oftentimes you're sitting there, especially the younger ones who may not know of the, you know, the past contributions of these individuals. So it's nice that you can listen to the citations and know what they have done as it relates to their, you know, contribution to development.
And he has contributed significantly as
Oh,
well,
yes.
Nigel, in various areas.
In various areas,
Sports
you know,
as well.
sports, especially sports as it relates to the whole, you know, goodwill
Cardinals,
community
yes.
and Cardinals.
Basketball.
Services Medal of Honor to Elroy Pioche, Esquire.
Elroy Pioche Esquire. Not in his young, very young days, but from his
Whereas
very young
you
days.
have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica in the fields of agriculture and community service. And whereas you served as Lift Sport Control Officer during a critical period in Dominica's banana industry, and later served at the Central Housing and Planning Division, the Public Works Department, and engaged in road maintenance and development. And whereas you later acquired and cultivated 13 acres of agricultural land in Palm Tree in the early 1980s, producing bananas, root crops, fruits, and livestock, thereby providing employment for young men from neighboring communities and contributing significantly to the huckster trade. And in an act of patriotism, you willingly relinquished ownership of all your property, including your family home, to facilitate the construction of Dominica's International Airport. And whereas you served with distinction on several national boards and institutions, including as Deputy Chairman of the Dominica Banana Growers Association, Director of the Dominica Banana Marketing Corporation for 3 consecutive terms, Member of the Police Service Commission, Member of the Port Council, now known as DASPER, and as a Justice of the Peace since 1983. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2025. Services Medal of Honor to Elroy Pioche Esquire.
Okay, so the medal is being brought to him.
Yes, so Her Excellency is making her way down the stairs so that that medal can be pinned on him. As you mentioned, not in his young days now,
Yes.
so...
But from his youthful days, he
yes,
was contributing, so
yes.
you see.
And I think that even makes it even more special, the fact that, you know, I mean, his hair being recognized and, you know, Her Excellency is coming down to greet him and congratulate him and so on, you know, makes it even more special.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That your country recognizes you at this point in
And
time.
if a king these days.
Yes.
Heartfelt
he did a lot
congratulations
back in the day.
to all of our awardees. Let's give them a rousing round of applause.
And we can round a round of applause.
And
a
thank you to
rousing
Your
round of
Excellency
applause
for conferring these awards.
to all the
Let me take this
awardees.
opportunity to remind us of Community Day of Service tomorrow, November 4th, and I'm inviting all of us to bestow our own community service and our meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica tomorrow, November 4th, for Community Day of Service. We extend our heartfelt congratulations again to all recipients of the awards. Your exemplary contributions stand as a testament to the strength, perseverance, and dedication of our people. We now invite our reigning Madam Wobduyet to present Mr. Burton, husband of Her Excellency, with a gift basket.
So Miss Evelina Blythe is, I think? Is it Evelina Glow first? She's the Madam, reigning Madam
yes, reigning
Wobduyet,
Madam
right?
Wob,
So she'll be
yes.
presenting a gift basket to the husband there of Her Excellency, and she's again dressed in her beautiful robe, and she's now making that, about to make that presentation, Ivona.
Beautiful, beautifully
Yes.
dressed.
Beautifully dressed indeed.
Royal blue she chose as her fuller.
Yes.
Our reigning Miss Wobduyet will also present a bouquet to Mrs. Carrot, the wife of the Honorable Prime Minister.
So the reading Wobduyet,
Is about to make that presentation to
Miss Wob.
Yes, Miss Wob, about to make the presentation to Mrs. Scarrett, wife of the Prime Minister. And that will be happening shortly as they get the bouquet to her. Following that, we'll be having the military,
yes.
the armed forces, march past coming through.
Yes. And slow march.
Slow
and
march, quick
yes,
march, and
yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, boom.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Information display, all of that.
We have
that's
it
a
as the
spectacle.
first runner-up.
So the first
Of our
runner-up is
Miss
presenting
Wobduyet
the...
Okay, the first
competition.
runner-up.
I'm certainly hoping that Miss Wobduyet is
Presenting
okay.
the
This is the
bouquet.
third function
Yes,
that
yes.
Thank you very much.
she's not been able to be present. So wishing you all the best.
As we continue this momentous occasion, we now turn to one of the most anticipated highlights of our National Day celebrations.
And that, of course, will be the march
parade
past. We can see the...
Of platoons and the
We can
government band.
see the armed
As we prepare
forces
for the
or
commencement of the parade,
police, as well as the
I now
fire services
invite
and so on. They
Inspector Joseph
all the way at the
Raymond,
back. But they're
Colonel
going to be making their way
Commandant of the
shortly, right,
Dominica
Enzo
Cadet
Farish? They're going to
Corps.
be making their way
Yes.
shortly
and he will provide
onto the field.
insight
So that's
and the
we can hear you.
description of today's parade of platoons.
Yes, indeed.
So that will be happening shortly. And is it Inspector Joseph, she said, that's going to be
Giving us some
giving us the
description.
description
Yes.
of what's taking place?
Of course, this year we have 6 platoons on parade. That's in the past we have had 5, and for the first time, history has been made. We have a female, completely female platoon headed by Inspector Leoma Joseph, and also the Special Service Unit is on parade for the very first time. In
Okay,
uniform.
so the Special Services Unit on parade for the very first time, and as you mentioned, the first female contingent as well. So we'll see how that goes. They're beginning
And
to
we'll
make their
see
way onto the
the
playing
platoon.
field, onto the And we can hear the
from the Commonwealth of
inspector in the
Dominica Police
background.
Force marching onto the parade ground.
Yes.
So led by the government's music lovers band, Ainsworth, as they make their way onto the area reserved for the march
Platoon
past.
now takes
I think
the
it's a
field to
mixture
perform a
of
stunning display
various
of
troops.
precision, of series.
So it's a
is it
mixture of the
series
troops. So you have
split
the
Well, no.
and reformation,
As a later stage of the
Dominica's
proceeding, there will
journey
be
through
that sort of
47
display.
years of progress and purpose.
who is is this the sergeant here? Is this a,
Yes, Sergeant
okay.
Mitchell.
Sergeant Mitchell is the one
who
that's going to
is
be
actually giving the command for the various, they'll be dressed in open order. And this is platoon number 1.
So platoon number 1
And
seems to be a mixture,
it's
right?
a mixture.
of
No, no, no.
The display was put together by drills
apparently
instructor,
there seems to be a
Sergeant
change.
Sherwin
This
Mitchell,
place coming on firstly.
and
Then we'll have the parade in march past in slow and quick time.
Police Force.
A number of
Sit back,
the various
relax,
troops
and
are here
enjoy.
now, and they're going to give a display. And of course, the display will, we can get the description from that printout here, but they're going to split and then get back into reformation as they do various drills.
Ladies and gentlemen,
47
the display
years
team is
of,
made up of officers dressed in ceremonial white and black tunics and battle dress camouflage uniforms. They will be dressed by the parade sergeant, Sergeant Sherwin Mitchell, who gave the command to commence the precision drill sequence.
So we'll be having the precision drill first.
Yes. And of course, you will see various formations where they lower the arms. They will do various, activities like forming 47 years of our independence.
So commands being given now as we get ready for that presentation.
Yes. So the troops will now split up, and then they'll come back into a reformation,
The
depending on the
platoon
drum
begins
beat.
with a sequence of splits and reformation. The first and second 4 ways split depicts Dominica's journey around the world. The 4 officers remaining at the center symbolizes the compass rose, north, south, east, and west, representing Dominicans scattered across the globe, yet united in spirit. Their stance embodies strength, stability, and leadership, serving as the heart of the formation. As the movement unfolds, you will see the platoon members returning from all corners of the world back into formation, which symbolizes unity and togetherness, and a powerful reminder that even if Dominica advances in many directions, the foundation remains firm and steadfast. The first split is a salute of 47 years of independence. The officers render a salute to the government and people of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Platoon now continues its display of precision and the purpose. Watch closely as the officers form an arrow pointing to the north. Symbolizes Dominica's steady advancement and upward vision for growth and progress. With discipline and unity, they are now shift to the south, representing the nation's strong roots and deep connection to its heritage and foundation.
Beautifully done, beautifully done. As they broke into the slow march?
Slow march.
Yes, so they
Quick time into slow march.
mixture here looks pretty good as it relates to you have the women, you have the SSU, and you have the other police officers. And they go into the quick match now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Wonderful combination.
Together, these movements remind us that Dominica continues to move forward with purpose, guided by vision, grounded in strength, and united as one people under God. The officers will now advance with precision to form the proud letters D and A, standing boldly for Dominica.
So what a sight to behold here at the Windsor Park on our 47th anniversary of independence.
it is. As they get into formation to have the DA, you can imagine the drones that are capturing this from the top so that you can see the actual letters itself. But they're forming DA, representative of Dominica, on its 47th anniversary for independence. Well done indeed, well done. And we can hear the crowd responding to what they've been doing.
Indeed. And a wonderful attendance at the Windsor Park.
It is. I mean, the crowd has grown tremendously, and we can see the stands are completely filled, and everyone has stayed back, and they're enjoying this particular presentation. And the arms are laid down now.
Thank you.
What a beautiful formation.
And we can see the D and the A. And they're on one knee as they get back up
Now
now.
observe carefully as the D and A transform into numbers 4 and 7, symbolizing 47 years of independence. This powerful formation reflects decades of resilience, purpose, and unwavering national pride.
So they move into the formation to form the numbers 4 and 7. So moving from DA to 4 and 7, of course, DA celebrating 47 years of independence. This must have taken quite a bit of rehearsals, though. I mean,
Oh, yes, indeed. They had to do quite a number of rehearsals to get the, precision to the, right into the A game in terms of the sharpness, the precision, and one can see that, a lot of effort went into it. Now they ground arms again, second time.
they ground the M so we can see the number 47. And this is really an excellent presentation here by the forces here, by the police.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, another stunning display put on by members of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force for this year's 47th independence anniversary.
And well done to them
The
for putting on that.
platoons will now return to the starting formation, take a bow of gratitude, and the march off the parade ground.
And of course, Inspector Joseph Raymond gave some good description as to what was taking place. As it's a usual thing every year at Independence to witness the police putting on a display where we can hear the round of applause in the distance.
Yes.
People acknowledging the tremendous work by the police in terms of that display. On our 47th anniversary of our independence. Preceding that, of course, we had the awards. Some 19 persons received the awards.
As they make their way out of the marching area, and they will rejoin their respective platoons, I'm guessing.
Yes,
and they will come back on to do
to march past in slow and quick time.
March past in quick and slow time. Okay.
And of course, I have the salute. The President of Dominica,
Following this
Excellency,
stunning display,
will come
ladies
to
and
the
gentlemen,
dais
the parade will
and take the
gather
salute
up
as the
and
police
return to the
march
parade
past
ground
in slow and quick
for
time.
the
Of course, the
march
6
past in
platoons
slow
on
and
parade.
quick time.
All right, so we just heard Inspector Joseph letting us know that. We see the cadets. I guess the rest of the team back there, they're getting into their platoons, and they'll be coming through in a little bit with the entire 6 platoons, right?
Yes.
Including the first time completely women's platoon.
That is correct.
And the
Of course,
SSU.
the 2 cadets will be part of the caller party to sort of give the guide in terms of the positioning of the various troops as they come up.
I mean, you've been witnessing this for many years. are you still always amazed at the way in which the parade and the platoons are making their presentations?
Definitely, Nigel. I mean, the unison, the in terms of their feet, how they move together in unison. You know, just I'm trying to
Ladies
get
and
the correct,
gentlemen,
the
this
displays,
year's
the
parade
displays,
is a
you know, the
parade of a
47, the
difference.
DA and all of this,
You will
Nigel.
notice
That's really a
the
spectacle.
parade comprises of 4 platoons from the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, 1 platoon from the Fire and Ambulance Services, 1 platoon from the Dominica Cadet Corps, the band and drum from the government's or music lovers band, and the band and drum corps from the Dominica Cadet Corps.
So we are getting ready for
One
the 6th platoon.
noticeable difference is that the police platoon comprises of 2 platoons dressed in ceremonial white, 1 full female platoon with a platoon commander being and that's the first time, sir. For the very first time, we have a full platoon of police officers, female officers, commanded by Inspector Leoma Joseph.
That's good, Nigel.
It is.
Female
It
police
is.
officer.
Women
Just
empowerment.
And for
recently-
the very first time on the Independence Parade, we have a platoon of officers dressed in battle dress uniform from the Special Service Unit of the Commonwealth of Dominica for the very first time.
That's good. And just recently, I was saying,
This platoon is led by Assistant Superintendent of Police, Johnson Williams.
quite a few police officers, women police officers, have been elevated in terms of the positions just recently that happened. And we're going to see them now in full force, in full action, as the music strikes up.
So the Music Government Lovers Band is making its entry onto the march past area.
And how well they have served Dominica in excess of 60 years.
Yes. And
The
they
parade is
continue.
being led onto the grounds by no other bandmaster Peter Later.
One of the
who
youngest
succeeded
bandmasters,
his
Peter
mother,
Later.
Valina Later.
Yes. So it's taken over nicely from his mom and continuing that particular tradition
Oh, yes.
and leading the band very well indeed. As we get ready for the match pass, as you mentioned, one of the highlights of the Independence Celebration, Independence Rally, is that match pass.
Everyone is looking forward to that.
And I'm guessing the police, they probably have to what? Where do they rehearse? Is it at the Monbruce area? Do they come here in the park? What's it like for them?
Yes, they rehearse at Monbruce, and the last 2 weeks they would come to the Windsor Park and, to crystallize things a bit, sharpen the skills to ensure that they have it right.
All right, so let's see tonight how right they can get it. I'm sure all the weeks of rehearsing is going to be culminating tonight. We can see a nice aerial view of them. Just removed it though, but it was a nice aerial view a minute ago of them coming through to the match pass, all 6 platoons. I'm very interested in the women's platoon and the SSU. So I think the women's platoon is the 3rd platoon.
Yes.
From what I can see here, yes.
And the platoon commander is Arlene Maxime, who is one of the assistant commissioners.
All right, so
Ladies and gentlemen, the parade commander for this parade is Assistant Commissioner of Police, Arlene Maxime.
And of
A
course, every
28-year
platoon there's
veteran in this Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force.
every platoon has a second in
ACP
command,
Maxime
a supernumerary, if you will,
has served
at the end.
on numerous operations throughout the region. He's currently the operations and planning officer in the police force.
So, of course, for those of you who are listening and you're not viewing, we can see them now turning to face towards the
second in command
towards the main
of the
stage,
parade
facing the
is
president.
Superintendent Delvin John Rees, who hails from the community of Mountain, Grand Bay.
He was enlisted in the police service 28 years ago.
So the commander of the
Superintendent
parade
Journalist recently
is
completed
giving
the Regional
instructions
Security Systems Command
in
and
open
Staff
order.
course for senior officers.
And
He's
what are some of the
currently
instructions you'll be
Central
giving to them? What
Division
exactly
Commander.
would you be telling them?
He would be
He's
saying
married,
in open
has
order,
4 children.
inwards dress.
Okay.
Then the sergeant or the inspector at the top of each platoon would give the command to move to the right or to the left as the case may be. And at the end, when he's satisfied that all is done, he would give the eyes front. And then the platoons will be turned to the right at 7 paces intervals, and they will march past in slow time to begin. And Her Excellency, of course, she's already invited to the dais, and her AD-CAR, Assistant Superintendent Powell, is there, and of course the Chief of Police, Mr. Lincoln Cobbett, to her right.
So instructions are being given now, right?
Oh yes, indeed. So they are. Okay, so the platoons are being brought at 7 paces intervals to ensure that, you know, they keep the direction and the order in terms of the marching distance. And then at the end, of course, the instructions, eyes front. Then the commander again will come in and say, ask all the persons on parade to move to the right, and then commence the march pass in slow time, followed by quick time.
All right, so that's what we're seeing now. We have all the 6 platoons just ensuring they're in the correct positions. As you mentioned, 7 intervals apart.
That's right. And it's also a very nice moment when everyone, you know, kind of look at what is happening in terms of the drills, in slow and quick time.
So is it going to be the quick time first or the slow time first?
Slow time.
Slow time
And
first.
then they'll break into
And then they
quick
break
time.
into the quick time. So the command is about to be given.
move to the right, or of course, they shouldered arms. Move to the right.
And what is he doing? Does he go to
He
inspect
goes
what's
all the way to
happening?
the
or
front.
All the
No,
way
he
to the
goes
front.
all the way
Okay.
to the front as the platoon commander. The Assistant Commissioner of Police, Arlene Maximel, takes the lead. It's like a platoon going into whatever battle. The commander is always up front,
Up front.
followed by his 2IC, the second in command. So he's given the slow march. Order is given, and as I indicated just now, 7 paces intervals.
All right. So all
Platoon
6
number
platoon
1
is getting ready.
is under the command of ASP Lyndon Timothy, a 38-year veteran in the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, former chief instructor at the Police Training School, and presently the head of the traffic department. ASP Timothy has served in several deployments around the region, to name a few: Barbados, Belize, Grenada, St. Lucia.
So they're going to change direction, left, come in northwards.
Platoon number 2 is under the command of ASP Fitston Henderson. Henderson is a 42 years veteran in the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force. He's currently the head of the operations at the CID department, that's the Criminal Investigations Department, and the second in command of the department. He's also in charge of the Scenes of Crimes unit.
So platoon number 1 is advancing, and soon you will get the command, eyes right.
Wonderful.
And as I mentioned here, platoon number 2 held by Fixton Henderson, of course, the son there of Felix Henderson.
That's correct.
So, you know,
Followed by platoon number 2, of course, taking the salute. Her Excellency acknowledges.
Number 3 platoon commander is Inspector Leoma Joseph, a 24-year-old veteran in the Commonwealth Dominican Police Force.
Yes, the platoon commander will break off and take his position adjacent to Her Excellency, or to the mace, I should say, the dais.
Inspector
Dais.
Leoma Joseph is the first woman to command a platoon, a full platoon of
While the
female.
platoon continues.
platoon number
officers
3
in
is
Commonwealth
the
Police Force
all-women's,
at the Independence
all-women
Parade.
female, or the all-female platoon, and they receive a round of applause because I guess, you know,
History in the making.
history in the making. And she gives the eyes right as well, command.
Number 4 platoon commander,
eyes straight.
ASP Bill, aka Bill Johnson Williams.
William Johnson.
ASP Williams is a 38-year-old veteran in the Dominica Police Force, currently the head of the Special Service Unit. He's
And
married,
of course,
4
the
children.
supernumerary
He has been
there
deployed
is
several times
Acting
for the
Inspector
region,
Theodore
been to
at the
Haiti,
rear of the platoon.
At the rear of the platoon.
St. Vincent
Man,
and Grenadines,
shoes are
Grenada,
shining.
Barbados,
Oh, yes,
name a
indeed.
few.
Yes.
And now we have the caller party headed by Sergeant Mitchell.
Number 5 platoon commander, Station Officer Tony John Baptist of the Fire and Ambulance Services of Dominica. So
And
John
for the
Baptist
first time, we have
has
the
served for
police
26
in
years
the
in the Fire and Ambulance Service.
military
He
uniform,
has
if you
been on
will.
deployment in Barbados,
Battle dress
Tortola,
uniform.
to name a few. He has a keen interest in medical first aid. And is currently the head of in charge of the finance headquarters and the St. Joseph Fire Station.
So here we have it, the fire
Number 6
service.
platoon. Number 6
Oh,
platoon
well,
is commanded by Second
pretty
Lieutenant Emmanuel Alexander. 18 years in the Dominica Cadet Corps. He has been to St. Lucia and Barbados on numerous occasions.
So the fire services just passing us by, passing our vantage point.
Yes. And how well they look.
Yes.
Pretty sharp.
They are a mixture of male, female from the fire services. And so they're going to be going into,
They're
go
going to
back
be
into their
breaking
positions
soon
and then break into the quick.
breaking into quick time.
Okay.
Come back around, and then they will be followed by the government band and the Dominica Cadet band. And at the end, there will be they'll get the order to go back into the original formation, and then the review order where they match up 14 paces, and the president again will take the salute. National anthem will be played, and the proceedings will be brought to an end.
So they're getting into formation for
Yes, they're going to break into quick time.
break into quick time.
Yes.
So is a command given for that?
Yes.
Zurf? Yes.
The overall commander, Assistant
The
Commissioner
parade will then
Alan Maxime,
break into quick time from the slow march.
will give the command shortly as soon as the cadet corps gets into its formation, or the final platoon that is. will get the command break into quick time. And of course, the troops will follow the instructions and march off smartly. So this is DBS Radio carrying the proceedings of our 47th anniversary of independence, live here at the Windsor Park Stadium. They have just gotten the command break into quick time.
Okay, so they're heading into the quick time now. Is there a certain amount of paces, certain amount of steps that they take?
Yes, well, indeed, of course, this time around, they maintain these seven paces, you know, distance.
Okay.
To ensure that they can mobilize, you know, the drill in terms of the new formation. Because they're going to change direction, left, that's the command. Come back across and salute the president, who is at the dais, of course. And at the end, they will go back into the original formation. The parade commander will give the order in open order, inwards dress, and then we'll have the review order where they march 14 paces and halt, and then the national anthem will be played, and then the proceedings will be brought to an end where the president will make an exit and the dignitaries
of the public.
And I reckon they'll go to the state house where there'll be
Dominica
the usual
band is playing a most
celebration.
rendition.
Yes.
Let's see.
So of course only officers carry the sword.
Oh, interesting there. Okay.
The commander comes back again to the center. And how well the police officers look as they march smartly across. So they have again changed into another formation, getting back into the original position. And of course, in the end, we'll have the government band come in, give the salute to the President, Excellency, followed by the Cadet Corps.
This has been an excellent presentation by the Dominica Police Service, as well as the fire services, the cadets as well, and the Music Lovers Government Band here at the Windsor Park Stadium for the 47th anniversary of Dominica's independence.
Progress and purpose.
As the theme for this year's independence, definitely so. So the fire services just passing our vantage point as they get back into formation, as Minzuf mentioned, and then followed by the Music Lovers Government Band. They also are saluting Her Excellency, the President, and as well as the Chief of Police.
And how well the government band have done over 60 years in existence. They continue to, you know, at every independence celebration, provide the music accompaniment for the troops on parade.
Every year, you know, they continue to do that year in, year out. And of course, the band has grown tremendously as well, you know, under the stewardship of Peter Later.
Following the footsteps of his mom, of course, who was the immediate past leader.
So at this point, once the Music Lovers Government Band, once they get into position, what happens next, Ainsworth?
Yes, well, the parade commander will give the command in open order, inwards dress, Then the sergeant will have them dressed, Sergeant Mitchell from the center. And then they're going to march up 14 paces forward in review order and come to a halt. That's where they get a round of applause again from the many persons at the Windsor Park Stadium. And then, of course, the national anthem will be played. And then the commander will seek Her Excellency's permission to continue. And the proceedings here will be brought to an end.
All right. So they are getting ready for what, as you mentioned,
The review order.
the crowd loves this one, the review order. They sometimes count along with them to see if they get it right.
Yes. 14 pieces.
You hear them say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So make sure they get it right sometimes. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, and it's...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Dominic Cadet Corps Band and Drum Corps, led by Star Son and Anna Ham, all paying compliments to Her Excellency, the President of the Board of Dominica. Oh, so the Cadet Corps Band is now doing their beats, led by another female. So the band is made up of both male and female.
And now we can see some displays being done.
And the Cadet Corps is ensuring that she's almost doing like a moonwalk on
Yes.
grass.
Creativity there.
Very creative indeed. She's taking this thing very seriously and enjoying this. The Cadet Corps also has steel band as well as part of the musical instruments. If you can see how she's moving, it's different than the typical way in which they move.
She's really marching with some dignity.
Yes.
Nigel, if my memory serves me right, the Cadet Corps started in the grammar school a number of years ago.
It did, many years ago, yes. And she's continuing to do her movements, different movements.
And a round of applause there for her.
I think the audience is really loving this. She's added some flair to the whole presentation that they're doing.
Yes.
And, you know, we want to say a special good evening to persons like, you know, Gabriel Christian and others who you know, were the pioneers, if you want, for the Cadet Corps. And it's good to see that they're still around. It's you know, the discipline that's taught. And here she goes again.
Oh, yes.
She does a jump. Here she goes, doing different things to ensure that the Cadet Corps is well represented and getting the audience, getting the crowd there involved in what she's doing.
Creativity there in her art. And we have to be very thankful to the Almighty Father. We have been graced with beautiful weather today.
We have, and that's so much part of the celebration when you can ensure that, you know, there's not umbrellas up because of the rain and everything else. Right now, the moon is out in all its glory, shining down, even if we have lights, but we have moonlights, we have the man-made lights, if you want to put it that way. But it's I mean, the Windsor Park Stadium is well lit.
Oh, yes, indeed. And, you know, in the past, the parade would be held in the morning, about 8. But, you know, the organizers have decided to shift it to about 5 o'clock when it's more conducive, you know, to welcoming.
Yes, the Cadet Corps receives a round of applause for their presentation. This young lady is really taking it to the next level in terms of the way in which she leads the band. So we're about to get the command now? And then that's for the reviewing order, right?
The reviewing order is coming soon. The parade commander will instruct.
For the dressing.
Dressing of inwards dress.
And so they're making sure everything is well organized. We thank you for joining DBS Radio for this live broadcast of the National Rally, Military Parade Rally, and honoring of our various awardees. So waiting for the command and then the 14 steps. 14 steps. I wonder if Enzuf is brave enough to count it. We'll see.
It's 14, 1, 2.
We certainly want to thank GIS for partnering with DBS Radio. GIS, thank you so much for partnering with us. So those of you who are looking at GIS and DBS together, such a beautiful collaboration between the media houses. So thank you so much, GIS.
The parade has been dressed for the march in review order. They will march up 15 paces and halt.
14,
And
In
Enzo is
conclusion of
about
this, everyone is expected to stand
the national anthem.
for the national anthem
first we,
and salute to the president.
as we should do.
By the center. Big march. 1,
Please
2,
stand,
3,
ladies and
4,
gentlemen.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1, 2.
Oh, Enzo was on point.
You know, having served in the police service 40 years, I
Yes.
took the last parade before I retired.
Oh, okay.
2015
Oh,
as the parade commander.
beautiful.
So we have the national anthem.
As we pay homage and tribute to
Yes.
this land that gave us birth.
So at this time, Her Excellency makes her exit from the dais. And of course, the parade is all over. And the dignitaries
Please
will
remain
leave.
standing
The,
for the departure of Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton and Mr. Burton, and the departure of Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt and Mrs. Skerritt.
so here we have it. The
President
parade
is
has
about
come
to make
an end.
her exits.
Exit, yes.
I see her vehicle coming out to meet her, and the dignitaries
Let
are
me
now
thank
departing.
you all who have joined us today for this celebration of the 47th year of our independence. And thanks to all who have made today possible, particularly the Permanent Secretary and staff of the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development,
So
and
usually
the
the
staff
Prime
of the
Minister
Office
goes
of the Prime
around and
Minister
meets the
and
people.
the Cabinet Secretariat, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, and many others who have volunteered and provided their services. We are reminding you again to please get out and volunteer for Community Day of Service tomorrow, November 4th. Thank you once again, particularly to the media, and thank you to all of you who have joined us online, both here and overseas. Happy Independence, Dominica. Happy Independence to all. Thank you.
So, Nigel, it has been 3 hours, 5 minutes of this Independence Parade, our 40th anniversary of independence. And of course, what a lovely scene we have seen here this afternoon. Ivona has joined us again. And you want to add your voice?
Well, yes, very lovely ceremony here today. Quite a few awards presented, the march past, the cheers from the crowd, the citations, the beauty, the ambience, the fine weather, all complimented Nigel, and really a wonderful event put on by the organizers of the Independence Day ceremony.
Well executed and well presented from all the uniform groups as well, the Music Lovers Government Band, the awardees, the citations, the crowd is there waving away to the PM as he's making his exit. The kids are well dressed beautifully. We can see him making his exit and waving to the crowd and saying hi, and they seem to enjoy this every year. You know, those who have received the awards are also making their way out of there. And an excellent presentation this afternoon.
Excellent, Nigel. We
And,
want to see if we can capture at least
we
one
have
or two
to.
of
We
the
have to. We
awardees.
have to capture one or two of the awardees.
Yes.
So we'll try to make our way over to that area so we can do that and capture them before they leave. Because typically what happens after this is, yes, it's the prime minister that's receiving everything over there. So typically what happens here is that they run away very quickly because they want to go to the State House, right?
Yes.
So that's the whole thing. But Mr. Titus Francis is not going to move away from me, that's for sure. So good evening to you, Titus.
Hi, Mr.
Congratulations
Francis.
on your award. How are you feeling right now?
I'm all right. I'm feeling good. It's not something that I worked for, but it's nice when somebody can recognize your contribution to your community, to your country.
Most definitely so, and I'm pretty sure, the Portsmouth folks must be very proud and happy to know that one of their own was recognized this evening.
You would have heard it from the applause that came out when my name was mentioned. But for me, it's something I share with everybody I worked with throughout those years. From youth organization, I was in the National Youth Council. I moved on into community development and carnival and so on, and it was just coming together of same thinking people, like-minded people, and as a result of that, we were able to contribute a lot to Portsmouth. Then I got into the council, and I had a certain vision for Portsmouth as mayor, but I didn't continue.
Well, congratulations to you. Happy Independence.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We are
Independence.
also joined here by Mr. Samuel Johnson, who received his the Cicero Award there. We spoke before, and now we are speaking after. What's the difference in the feeling now that you have this thing pinned on you?
Well, I tell folks I typically, every advancement I've made, I've already been working at the level. So it's really an acknowledgement of the level. But regardless, though, it's still a very momentous occasion in one's life to be recognized outside of your country is one thing. To be recognized in your country is special, because we often hear the critique that you're never honored in his own country. So being able to come back to Dominica and to be able to contribute and then to be recognized for it is very special. I've received awards in Miami, as you know, but to get this here in Dominica for work that is, I think, truly going to be transformative for the country is really special. And to have my family come down, my mom to be on my side, because I often tell people I'm a mommy's boy, is also very special, because she herself was a former award recipient. So really, truly special moment for me. Okay?
Congratulations to you again, Samuel Johnson, and all the best. Happy Independence.
Of course, yes. Happy Independence again, and congratulations. We are
we're trying to get Prosper Paris, but
K1 is doing something in Creole. So
yes,
we will try to get a few other people as quickly
as
we can. Yes, Tiani Behanzin would be a good person to have a chat with and to find out.
Very resplendent in his
yes, very resplendent indeed, and so, Tiani, if you don't mind stopping by for a few, of course, you received this award here on behalf of your dad and Rosie Douglas and all his contribution that he's done. How do you feel about this evening?
Well, it's a very important honor at this time, 47 years. I'm here only, my brothers are all, one is in Taiwan, the other one is in Australia. We have another one in the US. So it'd be nice if they were all here. Rosie has a lot of grandchildren, my brother has 2. Cabral has 2 girls. My other brother Kim has 1 little boy. He's only just about a year. And I have 2 grown daughters. One named after him, the youngest one. So Sophia Masiba Rosie Behanzin, not spelled R-O-S-I, but R-O-Z-I, which means the rose, which is what we called him. The rose, but it's Swahili for the rose, Rosie.
So just quickly though, for those, the contribution that Rosie has made, and quite a few people who are sitting out there, especially the younger ones, and they would have received a very snippet of the historical significance in what Rosie has done for Dominica. So I'm pretty sure that you're still proud that this moment exists.
I grew up in Canada, where he had most of his difficulties and his challenges. So I was probably at the forefront, making sure his name remained on focus. We have a lot of work still to do, because the university where the incident took place has just apologized officially. We expect the Canadian government to follow suit and exonerate him as we saw with Marcus Garvey. Rosie had a similar life to him. I think it's important for us to understand the historical contribution that he made, and that those traveling to Canada and those who live in Canada of African descent have something to be proud. I certainly am proud having come from that part of the world.
All right, thank you very much, TNZ, and congratulations again, and all the best to the entire Douglas family on this particular award. I see you have Anita next with
Congratulations to you, Anita.
Thank you very much.
Happy Independence as well.
Same to you.
I'm listening to the citation and I'm like, wow, Anita, you have done so much for this country.
I'm always in the background there, so you find out after the fact all what I've been doing. Yes. Yeah, but I've lived a long life, you know.
And you're still lovely, you still look so well.
Thank you very much, yes.
Congratulations. By the way, quickly, how is Strick doing?
Not too bad at all, you know. The first night was rammed, and the second night did very well as well. We had a few mishaps because, the problem with the St. George Hall, it's not really equipped to handle lights.
But I went on the second night and I was, I enjoyed myself.
You enjoyed it?
Of course.